came through, on the drive-by side, pulled down the street, jumped out the car, ran back down the street to where everybody was at. Was on the ground. A couple of on the ground still shooting at them. You feel me? They ran back up on everybody that was there and assassinated. They ain't kill them. They assassinated
everybody.
everybody that was out there still laying on the ground. They made sure everybody was dead, bro. I'm talking about niggas. One of them switched guns with somebody.
Man, finish him. You hear me?
Man, switched guns. Gave his gun. Somebody took his gun and kept blowing. I said, damn.
Listen,
Yeah,
blowing tops off, man. They hats is flying off their head. You feel me? I'm talking about you could see the do. Like, man, this is like, I be looking at this. Wow, man.
Move like a genie, on like a genie. Ain't gotta eat and we all in the street and we all meant to be.
Getting money every day, that's my main mission. If you on it, then you nice missing. Lil' cousin the drop with them brains missing. 2218, we the
Welcome to the show. We're your hosts, and you are now in the trenches. Tonight, we got a special guest, you feel me? And, you know, people talk about being in the trenches, you know what I'm saying? A lot of rappers say they in the trenches, but this guy right here really be in the trenches, man. You know what I'm saying? We want to welcome to the show, New Era Detroit Zeke, man. What's going on?
What's up, bro? Yeah,
You all right? Yeah, for sure.
Appreciate you having me, man.
Yeah, for sure, man, for sure. You know what I'm saying? I've been trying to really do this for a minute, get this interview with you.
Yeah.
Because it's, you know, people need to open their eyes up, man, and really see what's going on. You feel me? But before we get into that, I want to, you know, ask the people, can you give them a background on yourself? You feel me? Where you from? How you grew up? You know what I mean?
Yeah. What up, though? So I'm Zeke. President and founder of New Era Detroit, New Era Nation, New Era World. For us, for the people that know us, we accountability organization, community organization. You know, started here in the city of Detroit. You know, our big thing is making sure that we bring back a level of a day-to-day organization, treating organization like a lifestyle, you feel me? So, you know, just as we do everything else and incorporate everything else, we can't be put in a position no more to say, well, I ain't got the time to do this.
Right.
You know, and the streets hurting. You know, we got to be able to put ourselves in a position to say, I'm going to put some time and some equity, you know, towards the growth and development of where our babies growing up.
Yeah,
at,
for
you
sure.
feel me? So, for us, is making sure that we got programs, initiatives, you know, making sure that we stick to the basics, man, like the ethics, code, moral, respect.
So tell me what sparked that in you, though. Like, what age did that come in you to where you like, man, this, man, something got to change, you feel me?
It wasn't really like I felt like it was more towards, you know, the end part of my 20s, man, when I would put myself in a position to turn around. I had a great, you know, early time being in the streets, running around, just doing that, you know, young black men do. I was able to, you know, do different things to move around. And, you know, I've always had a mindset and mentality of whatever it is that I was doing, I will put my all into. I don't care whatever it was. So, you know, for me, having that understanding and just looking around, you know, feeling an empty void, bro. You feel me?
Sure.
Like at the end of the day, we sitting around this motherfucker. I remember looking on TV, man, and the news came on one day, and it was just like, you know, a woman being raped out in the street, right? And I think I was like at a bar or something, and it just flashed up there, and I looked at all the brothers around, like nobody gave. You feel me? No, people can care less about this woman or women because it was a serial rapist. It wasn't just, you know, it was a serial rapist that was just out raping women. And
I don't mean to cut you off, but this was around 2008, 9.
No, this wasn't that early. No, I started this organization in 2014.
Oh, okay.
So 2008, 9,
Yeah, but I remember
Yeah.
when there was a rash, like a lot of rapes going on, especially in this area. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it was guys pulling females in garages, killing them and raping them. No, not just raping them. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I felt the same way, but I was like, man, who the hell gonna listen to me? You feel me?
Yeah.
That's how I felt. So, man, I feel that same spirit that you got. Like, somebody got to get up and do something. You know what I'm saying?
And it wasn't just, like it wasn't just one of those and being put in one of those positions to where, I really had to look at myself as a man and identify like what is it? What's our purpose? You feel me? If we looking at, the way that the streets is being, the direction that the streets is going and everything that's going on in our communities. How we calling ourselves men, bro, and kids is being shot and killed, bro. You feel me? How we calling ourselves men when women is being snatched up off the street. And I don't care how much money I was getting, how satisfied I was in the position of where, my businesses and different businesses endeavors and just figuring out life. I could be like everybody else, you feel me?
Right,
but it's just
sure.
like, at the end of the day, who's speaking out for the streets, bro? Who's speaking out for, these babies? Like Black Lives Matter, you will see, they only come out when the police is involved.
For
You
sure,
feel me?
yeah.
Like, who's speaking out, for the streets? And it's just like the voices is never being heard or represented or, enforced. So, for us, it was just like, we want to make sure that we put ourselves in a position to let, the people be heard and understood and just know somebody got your back at all times.
Right. So, was the church situation the first time, you had an encounter with somebody doing a community wrong or something like that?
No, that came way later. No, man, a church incident, or demonstration.
Let's not get it, fucked up though. That shit bogus though. Like, when I seen it, I was like, Rev got the ATM in the church. You feel me? Like, what type of time you on, man? And for the people that was in the church to protect them, okay, he been getting y'all money for so many years, you know what I'm saying? So I respect for them to say that, but what is you doing for the people on the outside of the church? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a level of accountability and not just, in regards to him and the money that he getting. I don't know if you familiar with Dow's Go-Kart.
Yeah.
Dow's Go-Kart, it sits directly behind Great Faith Ministry. And it's the only spot in the city. They've been around for years, years. But it's the only spot in the city. It's the only go-kart spot in the city. It's a black-owned go-kart spot. Black couple, older black couple that been entrenched over there in that community for decades. And it was a situation with them and the stories that they told me about the things that, they did to them was really one of our biggest catalysts. It's just like, you gonna pull up in, a double R, whatever you driving, and you got a black-owned go-kart spot right here. I mean, the least you can do instead of causing friction is build with them. You feel me? Like, sure. We getting X amount of dollars. Why don't we sponsor y'all some new go-karts? The go-karts is, they doing what they can. They basically surviving how they survive. And then the people over there in the community, the annual household income over there in that community, somewhere around $10,000 a year. You know what I mean? And just, what's the purpose and point? And the thing is, it's accountability. You feel me? So sure. It's just like, we have to be able to put ourselves in a position to say, okay, if these are the words that you are preaching and the stuff that's coming out your mouth, you need to be held accountable, for doing more for the people, in the communities that you live in. That's very important.
Yeah, I believe that also.
But that wasn't the first thing. No, man, we been getting it in, man. When we first started, it was a huge culture in the city, man, with gas stations and liquor stores. The amount of disrespect, that they would give to us, the way that they would talk to our sisters in the stores, the way that they would deal and do business with our kids. That's where we really, got started at. We had shut down. Our first shutdown was a shutdown on demonstration, I should say, was on 8 Mile in Southfield. And the clerk pulled the gun out on some kids, and they was like, we done went everywhere, you feel me? We went to the police, we done went, to the news, we done went everywhere. And they like, won't nobody, ain't nobody taking this serious. So, we went up there, we demonstrated, you know what I mean, in a way, because I say I never did a protest, a rally, a march. We don't do none of that shit, bro. We demonstrate, you feel me? It ain't nothing to picket, it ain't no picket signs about it, bro. If it's a problem, we go in the store, everybody gotta leave, you feel me? We gotta, until we figure the situation out. And that's the way that we gotta be in our community in order for others to respect us. We gotta put a level of respect for ourselves to say that that's where code come from. You feel me? We not on code, we don't have a code, we not living by a code. The rest of these cultures, they on code. You feel me? They come in, they get their bag, you feel me? Even all the way down to medical marijuana. Ashamed and embarrassed. If you've been in the business for decades prior to this, and you've been selling and growing out these same, neighborhoods, and then we got these people who come in once again, just like they did with the liquor stores and gas station, and then buy up all, like they done set up shop on every corner in the hood, and that's just acceptable to this. Right. Like, what other community could you go to? What other race of people would let you in their hood set up shops in their hood to sell to their kids?
Yeah, they'd kill you, especially in other countries. You wouldn't dare get away with that shit.
You feel me? So it's about respect, bro. But we gotta be able to stand up and grab our necks. Everybody want to be tough on that don't mean nothing. You feel me? Like, we gotta put ourselves in a position to say, I don't like nothing about what's going on with the marijuana and dispensary business in the city of Detroit. I feel like every person that's on file that's either incarcerated due to marijuana or a record is affected due to marijuana their record should be wiped clean immediately. Yeah. Immediately. I mean, immediately. The day that y'all set up shops in our hood, the same hoods that people went to jail for, bro, got records, got little BS on their records. Now they can't conceal carry, and it's just a lot to that. But that goes back to respect. What type of respect do we have for ourselves to set a standard in our hood to dictate the business and the things that go on in our communities? Right. From that, so you got that aspect, the economics, and then you got we killing kids and allowing that. Don't nobody want to gang bang on the niggas that shot the kid in the head and killed the babies. Don't nobody want to cause a national rally for all the kids that get killed in Detroit, Chicago, and all the rest of these black cities. Nobody cares, but everybody's gangster.
Right, but it was a code to where wasn't nothing really happening to kids back in the time. I know when we came up, it was rarely you seen a little kid got shot. This happened to a kid. Because it was a code. Everybody went back. You know what I mean? Yeah. Especially I think the community was more tighter back then. I just think the internet came and just
a big problem.
Yeah, it just it fucked up everything. Yeah. Especially for our culture, because now you got. It's just crazy. Everybody smoking on something. Everybody just want attention. Mm-hmm. It's all for likes, man. Yeah, so that's crazy, man.
So it's just, being able to establish what, reality is in a fictional world. You feel me? So, but that's on us, man. Reality is what we deal with every single day, man. When we walk out here, where we at, in our environment, that's reality. And, because we don't face it or, put it in the back burner or don't think it's important is the reason that our reality ain't the best reality and haven't been.
Right, for sure. Correct. You got something?
Yeah, just from listening, man, I wanted to know just offhand, what impact has the city of Detroit had, like supporting the movement or going against you? Like, what stance have they taken with you?
So, we always been the problem child to the D since we done, since we stepped in. We were a different look. Like, nobody haven't seen nothing like what we were doing in our area and the manner that we were doing it. So like I said, when we would have issues with certain establishments and, the way that we would be boldly, we just stood on what we said, you know what I mean? And you didn't see that. Like even when it comes to a lot of the leadership, the elder leadership, you know, people would just go with the flow. They'd get out here, jump on camera, say a little speech, and then that'd be it. It wouldn't be no accountability. It'd be picket signs. We gonna march. You know, we gonna politely ask, and that'd be what it is. You know, for us, you know, we never say a protest. We said demonstration. You know, so for us, it was about, and it still is about being able to, you know, make sure that people understand that there is a level of respect for us and our people, and it can't be bought, you know, and it can't be something that you know, we gonna take lightly. So as far as the establishment, we never had a relationship with the mayor. As soon as we started, you know, we got word from him. The last thing we need in this city right now is a black power group, you know, and it's just been on since then with them down in City Hall. You know, we had a very rough patch with the Detroit Police Department, especially in 2016. There was a lot of back and forth between us and them because, you know, we had to stand our ground on that too. You feel me? Like we took a lot of hits, but, you know, we had to make sure that people understood, like, when we talk about we ain't fearing nobody, it's from, you know, politicians, it's from the police, it's from niggas in the street. It's the same thing. I mean, it's across the board when it comes to it. So, you know, for us, the people who really is real people and understand, like, you know, what we doing and the need for what we doing, we get along with great. But, you know, the truth is, you know, the establishment never like people like me because it's getting our people to think and move a different type of way opposed to what's on display. I can't be out here telling people to organize in their community and understand that, you know, we got to get back to a code, a respect code and morals. You know, it's a big economic base around our ignorance. Once again, there's no race of people who's going to allow the amount of businesses that are not part of that community to come in and make all the money, all of it. You feel me? Like we got black people, and I will say this, in Detroit, we are seeing we seeing more black entrepreneurs and more black people opening up businesses, and I salute this era of my brothers and sisters because we are putting a dent in that. But for the most part, it is what it is. We are one of the largest populated black cities in the country per capita. You won't go nowhere in America and drive this many miles from east to west and see all of our culture. A lot of people in Detroit don't understand how special we are. You can go from deep east to deep west and you still in the hood. You can drive hood to hood. These other hoods, I don't care. Midwest, you know, East Coast, West Coast, down south, they got their hoods and they got to drive 20 miles to the next hood, you know, or the next hood. It's all one city. And it's such a unique place with such great black heritage and history. And I feel like we fucking it up. You know what I mean? When you got brothers like Coleman Young to come in here and put his foot down unapologetically, you know, in a 20-year span, completely turn the shift of the city, giving black people on all levels a level of a place. You feel me? Something that we can do, we can build here. We as a black city for that from there on. And now we didn't do nothing with all of this time. We wasn't holding it down. We let these politicians come in and pimp us and siphon the resources and all the rest of that stuff. And look where we at. Now we a predominantly black city with a predominantly black downtown with no resources. We done sold everything. We sold the water. Man. We sold Belle Isle. We don't own shit. Everything. Riverfront, Riverwalk Conservancy. All of this is privately owned. The city of Detroit, I don't believe the city of Detroit own but the police department. And you know, any city that you live in, a black city, any city that you live in where the number one employer of a city is the city, that shows a huge problem too, because they control just about all of the resources in the entire city. The city of Detroit is the number one employer in the city. So it's for us, we got to be able to, with all the people that we got, roughly 600,000 people in the city, you know, roughly 80% of that 600,000 is our people. And we not out here just showing off. You feel me? How we let a place like Atlanta bubble before we bubble?
Right, for sure.
Atlanta ain't blacker than Detroit, and I love Atlanta, and I feel like the stuff that they doing in Atlanta, I admire that. You know, and I admire the way that they building, and you know how they building down there, how they have a certain level of control, just like T.I. For the last election. You know, he helped that situation because he utilized his voice to say, okay, well, this situation ain't right. And he made a change on a local level. In local politics, same thing with that. I'm not trying to veer off too, but it all ties together. You know, we politically ignorant. You ask anybody in the city of Detroit, I can ask anybody, majority of people, if you name all the city council people, I'll throw you $100 right now. I wouldn't know that. I still have my 100.
For sure. Yeah, you're right.
You don't even know who control the money and resources in your hood.
Yeah, because you touched on a lot in there. They had a lot to do with a lot of my questions I was asking as far as, you know, how far I see you got New Air, Chicago, you feel me? And, you know, in other places. But I seen the video in Chicago, and like you say, the police, man, they just don't respect it. You feel me? Mm-hmm. So what happened with that situation to where they really running around trying to arrest black people for sticking up for the community, cleaning up the community, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, that was just something that we had to deal with. That was carefully orchestrated. You know, like I said, man, us doing the work that we do, and it's not what you do. You know, I hear a lot of people say, yeah, we do kind of what y'all do. Yeah. Ain't on the planet do that we do.
No,
I'm going to be very clear with that, because the way that we move and the structure that we move and the way that we stick to our organization, that day in Chicago. So to understand the Chicago situation, you got to understand the climate of how we were moving in Detroit and the way that other people was looking at that and being influenced by that. Chicago was our first chapter that we opened up. And it's a whole backstory behind that. But so us being in Chicago, we were over in the Inglewood area. Anybody who know anything about Chicago, yeah. So a pretty rough, pretty rough neighborhood. But the police is always feel a level of dominance over there in that community, right? So you got all these white police officers. They always riding around. They always showing that slave catcher, military, that's the type of vibes that Chicago give off. Yeah, and sure. For us, we was out there with our program. So it was our hood to hood program. We go through the community, we clean up, we pass out resources, we was doing our thing, but we was super deep. So, they already had in their mind, they was following us all day. So they already had in their mind that they were going to try to pull something on us. And try to put something on us. So, that was a whole play from the start. So they followed us, they trailed us. And when we got super deep, they called out like half the force antagonizing us. This was earlier in my years of organizing. So, I kind of look back at stuff and I'm my biggest critic. Right. So I see like now understanding, some of the tactics and some of the things that, they do and have historically done. And, they just went in, you feel me? It was one of those things, man. It was a big old fallout out there. And, our thing was we had all of these kids and all of these babies. And a lot of people talk about, when you are dealing with the police and in a hostile situation like that, you could go hella hard and we had a lot of brothers out there. We could go hella in and they start shooting. Right. And then a kid gets shot and killed. That's on me. I'm done. I put the kids in a situation to where, they were in harm's way and it caused a life or something like that. It wasn't that time for us to do all that, but they provoked us into that. They put cases on us. So I think we had 5 felonies and a few misdemeanors. So
Felonies,
felonies like assault on police officers.
Oh,
They gave
man.
4 of us that.
But I ain't see no assault on no police officer. The police was doing
Right.
all the assault. You feel me?
There was no, so they had no case out there. But what they did was, so these are the tactics: is the wear down, is the resources, the drainage of resources is the first tactic that they do. So they felt like, bet we got them in a whole nother state. So you want to know what they did? They made us drive to every single court date, all of us. So imagine having to organize 7 people to go out to Chicago. We tied under the same case. I got to get these people here. Drive there, be on time for the, rent, get the van, be on time, rent, hire 7 different lawyers, and that rent went on for a year. They made us, they did that for a year. So it was a huge hit, bro. It was like it was a very hard time, man. It was very stressful, bro. You feel me? So, but it was the greatest. It was a really great learning process, though, because after that, you get to see who real, who around, who wasn't there no more after that, who is scared, who is spooked, who it made feel a certain type of way, who, all of that, bro, because you say all they want to say. You feel me? That's why a lot of people talk from behind the phones. Oh, I would have. Oh, man, y'all did that? I would have. You feel me? It's easy to do that, but, man, I've been locked up. I didn't have a record. Anything I've done, that didn't make it. It didn't make it. But I didn't start getting the records. I started doing this. And, it was just like every chance they got. Especially in the early stages, they would do that. So my thing was, be a martyr for this type of work and this type of energy, or put ourselves in a position where we able to, grow a legacy and be around long term. So, and then I looked around, man. We was hurting off of that. It wasn't nobody around like, man, well, let me help out with y'all court fees, and let me help out with this. You feel me? Like you can do all of this for the streets, But when it come down to it, it'd be like, and then I gotta see flash money, and we be in the same hoods, probably walking your brothers or your sisters to school, probably helping out one of your relatives who on the street or feeding them, and can do this and go to the strip club and throw all this money, but can't donate our way, and we be in your hood, the same hoods that these rap about. We be in the hoods holding that shit down. And it feel like, when Martin Luther King and the Civil Rights Movement, the church had his back. You feel me? When Malcolm was doing his thing, the FOI, they had his back. When the Panthers was doing their thing, it was the whole Black Power movement is the people. And I feel like we don't get that same respect in those regards. It's like always want to hit me with, bro, I love the work you doing, bro. Like, keep doing that shit. It's like, no, I'm doing it for us. You feel me? For these babies that's growing up in the community can stand on something. And I feel like everybody ain't got to be out here frontline with us, but you feel me? You can find a way to help. If it's not donate, what resources you got? Let's build. You feel me? This is about building up us, our people, Detroit, the blackest city in America. Respect, morals, code, ethics. We need to be all of that. We are that. That's where we come from.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. I know you got something else, bro. One more for him.
Oh man, I got a few though.
But you see, I told you, cuz passionate as fuck about this. It make me want to come front line with that shit. You feel me? Like, I'm tired of this shit too, man. I'm tired of niggas talking. I'm tired of thinking they tough, but won't fight for shit. You feel me? But to go good like on the news the other day, man, the young dude.
The 15-year-old? Come on, man. Come on.
And my daughter went to school with the guy the young dog who passed away. You feel me? And he trying to fight, but this man come up in there and gun him down in the green light gas station, man. I mean, man, the young fella went in there and killed the boy, man.
Over some internet. It was some stuff that the beef happened earlier in the school. They had gotten into some sort of fight. And then the fight ended up on the internet because this is we never had this. So we can't even relate. I feel like, we have a hard, I know I do. I have a hard time relating to how things, you know, transpire. And I don't say, I'm not one to say if all of this was at our disposal back then, what it would have been like, because this is it's a cold beast, bro. You feel me? When your mind not developed, you know, all our minds wasn't developed back in the day. How we would have been utilizing this, but the kids, they don't have it no more, bro. They can't throw no hands. All they know is pulling straps because they can't fight. They ain't never fought before, and then even when they fight, the pride is so much pride there to where now if I lost, I gotta kill you.
Right.
And you know, I don't know the full extent of that situation, but you know, opposed for them, I guess they were supposed to meet up to fight, or something happened. You know, whatever the case may be, the guy caught him at the gas station and shot him down. 15 years old.
Yeah, man, you know the news is damn near like the internet too, because they ain't showing it, but they showing it. You feel me? And I'm just like, wow, this is what we come to, man.
Yeah.
It wasn't never in a lifetime where we could see
it.
A fucking dead body.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's crazy. I'll be like, man, what the is this? Like, all down the timeline, it's the devil, man. For real.
You save lives. As far as what I've been looking at what you do for a short period of time, I'm just not getting up on you. And to me, it seems like you're saving lives. Now, with that being said, is there such thing as a lost cause? Have you ran across people who just ain't no saving? Is that a real thing, or everybody can come back to the fold?
Brother, hell yeah! We got a slew of lost causes out here, and we gotta have the understanding that that's the case, right? Yeah. It has to be the case because of where we at right now. Once again, go back to the blackest city in America, bro. How many lost causes do you have to have for us to be down and taking this many L's? You know, for us not to be up. And, you know, and I say a lot of lost cause. My lost cause is somebody who just don't give a fuck. Right. I don't care. I don't give a fuck about nobody else but myself. Why the fuck should I care? Just made, you feel me? I made a 100 million, 100,000, whatever. Why the fuck should I care about anybody else but myself? That's a lost cause. You feel me? It ain't necessarily got to be people in bad positions. It can be people with bad mindsets. And there's a lot of that shit going on. You know, there's more people with bad mindsets than it is in bad positions. So, you know, a lost cause is somebody that, you know, is if you're not for the movement, you against it. If you're not for progress, you against it. If you're not part of the problem, you know, if you're not a part of the solution, you're a part of the problem. So, you know, it's a lot of lost causes out here, and I feel like for us, we don't worry about lost causes. We just gotta, you know, we don't worry about the L's on the left. You feel me? We just worry about what's on the right, and figure out, you know, how we can utilize people who do have an understanding, and people who do want to get involved, and who do want to help, you know, and hold ourselves accountable. Like I tell people all the time, it's just like anything we want to do. You know, we gain too much weight. We want to lose weight. So, you know, you're going to have to make space to go to the gym and work out, right? You have to make that space. You know, so it's the same thing. It's like, I don't understand how somebody can go work for a company, a corporation, a white man, the wealthy rich, white or black, I don't care. Go work for somebody wealthy who don't have to do with your community or nothing that you got going on, that you about to go make rich, and you give 8 to 10 hours a day to that, and you ain't got an hour a day to give towards bettering your hood and your community. The biggest lie you can tell me is I ain't got the time, because I know it's a lie. You know, I know it's a lie, because we got time to do whatever we want to do.
Right. So
just say you don't want to do it and cut the bullshit. So, you know, as far as a lost cause, yeah, bro, this lost causes everywhere. You probably talked to a few today.
Man, for sure. I know I had. I know I had, for sure. Like, you just ain't gonna do shit. You
just hang up and look at the phone like one of them conversations.
Man. But yeah, man, I wanted to go back to that Chicago. So how do you feel about, I mean, I know it's fucked up down there, man, and I think a lot of these kids now, all this violence that's going on come from that. You know what I'm saying? I think it's the rappers and you know what I'm saying. They just, man, it's bad in Chicago, man.
It's bad.
Not only here, it's fucked up here. This the first step is to get our city together, but. You know, Chicago need help too, man. Bad.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Our Chicago chapter out there doing a damn good job, man. They work frontline out there just like we here in Detroit. They work frontline out there just like that. You feel me? We all move on the same accord. We all follow the same black print. You know, so you know they doing the work out there, but you know we have to really check the culture. It's like that's an issue. You know what I mean? So that's why I have a lot of respect for people like, you know, a Nipsey Hussle, you know what I mean, who understood, like, you know, we have to respect the culture and, you know, in a way to where, yeah, I'm going to rap about this, but I'm going to show you what, you know, what we really on. You feel me? I'm going to show you what we really doing in the hood. Like, the first thing in a position like that to tell you is, oh, man, I do a lot of good, but I don't never show it. I hear that shit so much. I be like, so you show everything else.
Right.
You done show your watch, your chain, how much money you got in your pocket, your car, your house. You feel me? How many plates you got in your cabinet, but you can't show you doing no real shit. That's because you ain't doing it. Once again, don't lie to me. You feel me? You keep it funky. And it's just like, you know, for us, you know, we big on that, man. You know, our people, we gotta have an understanding, man, when it comes to, you know, the community, man, and artists, you know, having an understanding of being even connected. You know what I mean, with people that's doing something for the streets. That's the thing that get me. It's just like, dog, I look at people weird when you saying that you know, that you doing something for the people or for the streets and you ain't even connected with, you feel me, to what's going on. You know what I mean? So when it comes to a lot of the entertainment in the city of Detroit, man, it's just, you know, they just got to do a better job, man, at showing. You know what I mean? Like, I know a lot of these brothers, man, and a lot of these brothers I've met, and they are good brothers.
Right.
You know what I mean? They ain't no reckless niggas that's just out here doing a lot of the stuff that they rapping about. And I feel like they, you know, it's they got a lot to give back to the community where they ain't got to, you know, switch up nothing that they doing. It's just, but it's time to tap in, man. If you know you got that power and that influence over kids and society, I'm only gonna use it to get money.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
You can change lives, but you only gonna use it to get money, and it ain't all about the money. So
that's
for
the
us,
big part of us having you on. I mean to cut you off,
yeah.
But that's a big part of us having you on the show. Because, you know, we want to show people, we have a lot of rappers on here, but at the same time, y'all need to see something else. You know what I'm saying? Hear the truth. You know what I'm saying?
Respect. And
you know,
I don't want to cut you off, bro.
Go ahead.
I don't want to cut you off, but I just want to say this, bro. I appreciate that. You feel me?
Yeah,
I really do,
sure.
dog, because I feel like when it comes to a lot of these podcasts in the city of Detroit and a lot of people who do podcast work, especially culture podcast work geared towards, you know, the culture in the street and the rap industry, you know, it's never, we a part of the culture too. Everything that we do is a part of the culture. So you even having an understanding that, you know, to see that, man, I appreciate that, to put you on your platform, and I want to be on your platform to let people know, like, it's what it is, man. This ain't never been no soft, it ain't never been no corny. It's all about respect. We want to build with people that's trying to build. You know what I mean? And I feel like we all should be trying to build. And from that culture is so much power. So, you know, let's put ourselves at a table to where we able to do something, because we had a power too. You feel me? If all the rappers came together in the city of Detroit, not all of them, but, you know, if we get a nice coalition of rappers and then, you know, really put something in play for codes about killing kids, you know, like that, bro. It's just like, if you don't stand on not killing kids, bro, I don't want to do with you anyway.
Right,
you feel me? I don't give a fuck. If you soft, if you ain't standing for kids, you soft as fuck. I don't give a fuck what you rapping about.
Right.
So let's be men. You know, we been real. Let's be kings and gods in our communities when we got that ability to be a god. A god has followers, right? A god has influence. When you have followers, influence, and financial status, you got power. How do you utilize your power, black man? How do you utilize your power, black woman? The same thing. So, we can do a lot of good because a lot of these kids don't have to look up to. But what's on the palm of their hand, they see it, and they want to be it and become it, and that's cool. Like that's entertainment. That's entertainment. But reality is what we got to be able to show, as well, and make it known. Like, this is real life, and these are real issues that we got. I just want to see Detroit Beast, bro. Yeah, with everything that's going on, all the success, from music to all of the movies to the comedians, everything that the podcast, everything that's going on in Detroit is beastie. I just want to see it move the city and the true culture forward through unified organization. You feel me? And that's just making tables, having seats, checking balances, organized. Shouldn't no dispensaries be in our city without coming through our people. Right. Ain't no way these other nationalities should be setting up in our city like that when it comes to that.
And they on every corner too.
Every corner, bro. They on every corner. It don't make no sense, man. Like that's.
And like you said, they do be talking kids reckless. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, since y'all right on that topic, every corner. That was one of my questions right there. On a scale of 1 to 10, you want something? Rate the power of boycotts.
No, that's cool.
Okay, the power of boycotts, and do you implement them in New Era?
You said the power of boycotts.
Yeah, on a scale of 1 to 10, how powerful is it? How powerful of a tool is it?
Go ahead.
So let's get this straight, bro. It's only really been one true successful boycott in the history of boycott. That's the bus boycott. A boycott is something that all of our people, like if one person do it, then it's done. We ain't been that organized since. It ain't been nothing that all of our people said, okay, we not gonna do this and be successful. Boycotts are only as strong as its participation. So, give you an example. So, some years back, we had a big issue out in Dearborn. They had shot an unarmed black man and turned around a week later, shot an unarmed black woman. It was just no accountability out there. And I remember Christmas Day, I believe it was 2015, Christmas Day, and we pulled up at the police department. We was deep as hell. We was about 200 deep. We straight line formation, boom, in front of the police department. We did our thing that day. The very next day, we went to Fairlane, same thing, pulled up in numbers. So we go to Fairlane, right? We super deep outside Fairlane. They got all of the whole Dearborn Police Department up there. It's around the holiday season, so people shopping, right? So we got a long line stretch with the police sitting out here, and it's us, right? We telling people we not going in the mall today. That's what we on, yada yada. Some people turned around, said respect. Right. I'm not going today. But you had other people who would not only go in, but question what we were doing. Black people. It's a clip of mine that's been going around for years when I turn around and tell a gentleman to shut the fuck up because he asked us in the middle of a demonstration, why don't we protest, do the same thing that we do right now with black on black crime in front of an all-white police force, for us being out there because they done shot and killed 2 unarmed black people. So I'm saying all that to say, true boycott in this day and age would never ever work. It's just too much. It's just our mindset is too. That coon mindset is very bad, very very bad. So you're gonna always have one of a group of our people or a portion of our people go against the grain to where they gonna mess it up. Same stuff. I mean, look at all the stuff people say that they boycott. Let's boycott Gucci. Floyd Mayweather come out. Well, I'm gonna wear Gucci every motherfucking day. You feel me? So it's just That's strong.
Yeah,
That's blue.
sure.
You feel me? Let's boycott Starbucks. And then, somebody else come, well, I don't get mine. I don't care. I've been getting Starbucks. So it's just like, for a true boycott to happen, I don't think that a boycott in this day and age could ever be successful. But what we have to do is think deeper than a boycott. So if more of us make not supporting a certain thing a lifestyle, that's just as effective. So me, for instance, with the Starbucks thing, like, I never been back to Starbucks since then. I never shopped at the Gap since then. I never did. I never went back. Like, if I hear it wrong, then I was just a part of my culture to not fuck with y'all. But our people don't have that mindset and mentality. But because I'm able to make it a lifestyle, I'm able to put myself in a position of where, and others who think like that, and if we can get more of our people to think like that and make it a lifestyle, it'll become more effective. But man, once again, man, it just go back to that mentality of a lot of people just think for themselves right now. They don't really care. It's just about the money. It's about the shine. It's about the clicks, the likes, the views. So it's a challenge, man. And doing this work in this era of time, it really is.
Yeah, don't nobody stand no more. It was just terrible, man. But that goes to this question I was going to ask you. How you feel about, people, our people spending their money on businesses, like, versus material, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got a nice car, this, and this, but you don't own, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Even a lot of rappers, famous rappers, you know what I'm saying? It's just, that's terrible, man. You say you doing this, you say you doing that, but you don't own nothing, bro. What is you doing for real, for real?
Yeah.
It's just, that's terrible, man. So how you what's your input on that? Like, how could people do better with their bread? You know what I'm saying?
You gotta put yourself. People gotta put themselves in an environment, bro, to where people are doing stuff different. You feel me? And it's just, for me, I feel like, do what you want. As far as, like, if you want to look good, go make yourself look good. If you want jewelry, get your jewelry. Whatever the case may be, but have an understanding, man, that we gotta put ourselves in a position to wealth build. We gotta put ourselves in an understanding to where, we able to not only support black businesses, but build black businesses. I tell people all the time, the number one supporter of black business, the number one hire of black people is who? Black businesses. Black businesses are the number one employer of black people.
Yeah,
so, when people be talking about, like, you get your mayor to come on TV talking about he bringing this building project down and it's going to bring so many jobs. Oh, we building Little Caesars Arena. He sold in Detroit, so cold on that. It's going to bring so many jobs. The whole city be working. It's going to be great. You feel me? Man, they knew exactly what game they was going to play. They get all of our people, they get in there and say, oh, well, he can't pass a drug test. The same people down with all these motherfuckers who opening up dispensaries in the hood. So you opening up dispensaries in the hood, allowing all of our people to have weed at their disposal, smoking weed, and they trying to go get a job to build Little Caesars Arena. They qualify but can't pass a drug test. Man. Meanwhile, you hiring all of these white folks from all of these neighboring cities, and they doing the same shit, but they popping pills, doing snorting, and shooting,
smoking meth.
So it's always been a play. We can't believe people when they say that they gonna employ us. That's the key thing. When you see people that want black votes, listen to key words. They gonna say jobs. They love saying it. We don't want to work for y'all motherfuckers no more. We straight, bro. We trying to build. Say you gonna bring some resources. Ain't nobody trying to work in a plant for 40 years like they parents and give 40, 50, 60 hours of my week to somebody. Trade time for money like that. That's why, you know, even when you talk about two parent households and stuff like that, people think that, oh, well, you lived in a 2-parent household, it would be so much better. But your parents working. You feel me? You ain't getting the love from your father because your father providing. Right. You know what I mean? So, you know, we put in a position to where we've given our lives to the wealth of this country. Our lives, first with the free labor, and then with paid labor. Because that's all it is, plantation. You feel me? And they don't give a fuck about you. You can feel like your hair about to explode, or, you know, you can die tomorrow. Your job will be posting, you know, the next day. Yeah. It's the same thing. I've seen people give years to jobs and they piss on them. You feel me? And it's just like, that's time, man. That's we can't get back. This is the most precious thing that we have is time. We look up, you know, we were just talking about back in the day, like, damn, that gone. Yeah, like it ain't never coming back. It ain't coming never. Back. I don't give a fuck how rich you is. I don't care how much money Jeff Bezos got. He can't buy his time back. You feel me? So we got to be able to understand that and understand what that means to the growth and development of young black babies, young black men. You feel me? Young black women. In our generation, everybody getting money and leaving the babies to fend for themselves. You ain't teaching because you hustling or get money or doing this or got your life locked up in a 9-to-5. So, you know, I understand that these are things that we have to do, but we also have to be conscious of those things so that we can make better decisions in planning out our future. Because anybody, you know, for the most part that's in a job, I feel like even if you were working to get in a higher position, okay, you don't want your own business. It ain't everybody own businesses and work for them. It ain't their thing. But you should be still wanting to climb a ladder, or you feel me? You shouldn't want to just work to work. Yeah. Just because I'm comfortable with this check that I'm getting. It's the check syndrome. Like once you got it, it's gonna hold you back from your dreams, because everything that you say that you want to do, everything that you say that you know you believe in yourself, but you gotta go get that bag, because I can't put myself in a position to say, well, if this shit start coming in, I'm gonna be up and I'm gonna get nervous and I'm gonna stop believing in myself. You know, we gotta believe in ourselves during all times, and whatever position that we in, prepare for those things. You know what I mean? So that's all I'm saying. Is just like we bigger than jobs. We bigger than, you know, just throwing out, you know, pennies and crumbs and, you know, not understanding politics. You know, it's very disappointing for us to be the blackest city in America, and less than 20% of the city come out and vote.
Yeah, for sure.
Less than 20% of the city, and I used to be one of them brothers before I had an understanding of politics and, you know, understanding of resources, how money is, distributed, you know, how it affects everything that has to do with black communities and the game that they run, from Detroit to the East Coast, down south, to the West Coast. And, you know, a lot of these places, they don't have a shot. They gentrified because they numbers ain't there with their people. You know, their city isn't predominantly black. You know, they don't have the numbers to pull off certain things, but less than 20% of the people vote on the mayor's race. The mayor of the city of Detroit, the blackest city, you know, this is the only city, he runs, the blackest city in America is being ran by a white man from Livonia. The blackest city in America is being ran 3 terms by a white man from Livonia. The blackest city in America. So he's winning in his seats by 70,000 votes. 70,000 votes. It's 600,000 people in this city, bro. 70,000 votes got a mayor in that ain't connected to us, ain't fighting for us, ain't fighting for the babies. You ain't never heard this mayor say about no one black kid that done died in the city of Detroit. Maybe he did come out and say, I think I'll take that back, because I think he did something recently and I was like, I can't use that bar no more. He did maybe once. Maybe once or twice. You feel me? But he don't put nothing around these issues. He's not focusing on that. He's focusing on the money. He's focusing on the wealth. He's focusing on coming over to places like predominantly black business structures like the Black Business Development on Livernois and whitewashing it, building all of these fake black business districts and whitewashing it, bike lanes, like I ain't never seen a black person riding a bike lane, bro.
Never.
On a bike. Never see our people.
But you do see people turn that'll know. And they
You gonna see because they remember it being a damn lane. We've been here all these years. And this is a lane. What you doing?
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like, but these are the things that's more important. Like, who the f asked for a bike lane on East Warren and Connor? I don't think nobody asked for that. Nobody. So, them the things, man, when it comes to politics and all that, we gotta just be, conscious of everything that go on. I feel like we all play a role. And, whatever we could do to help each other out, but man, just play a role, man. Stop. My thing is I just hate when people know what the issue is. Like, not knowing is one thing, right? So when we don't understand an issue, we gotta pass. But the day that we understand, the day that we know, the day that we say, damn, it's a problem, and do nothing about it, we accountable for that. And we have to hold ourselves accountable for that. And it ain't no excuse to not do something, man. I treat all these kids like they your kids. You feel me?
Right, for sure.
Like, that's how I feel. You got to. If your kid got shot, killed, was in danger, you would want people to step up, and be there for your babies. You know what I mean? And I treat all kids like they my kids. I've been doing that, and if more of us start doing that, because I'm always go back to the kids, man, because the kids, women, and elders, they number one.
Right.
You feel me? The responsibility of black women, black kids, and elders is the responsibility of the black man. Period.
Yeah, that's how we is, like, where we at. That's how we is over here. Like, don't nobody mess with the older folks over here.
Yeah.
Don't nobody mess with nobody over here. You feel me? We all protect each other. You know what I'm saying? If something happen, it's gonna get handled. You know what I'm saying? In the legal way though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's gonna get handled. You know what I'm saying? So if people start doing that more, every block, all the communities start holding it down, man.
Being visible.
Yeah,
That's all.
for
Like,
sure.
just a little from a lot of people go a long way. You feel me? So all we gotta do is just play our role, man. Everybody ain't gotta run. I don't be out here for everybody to run and be a part of New Era Detroit and do the shit that we do. But do what you do in your space, but make it count and organize. You should want to be able to tap in with an organization like ours who do so much in the community. Why would you not? You know what I mean? Like, if I wasn't doing this and I was doing something else and I seen brothers and sisters doing this work, I would tap in with them. I just would. I would feel accountable to do that. And, I would want to do that. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. We got to want to reach out. We got to want to be involved with real shit. And New Era Detroit's real shit.
Yeah, I definitely support the movement. You feel me? Off the top. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I hit bro to you, to the whole movement. I was sending them videos like, hey, check this out. Check this out. You know what I'm saying? And bro, he like, I want to ask him a question, but I don't know if I want to. You know what I'm saying? So, you want to ask him the question, bro?
No, I mean, it was really based on your happiness, man. And some of the videos I see, you blessing people, man, that they didn't have no way to be blessed. And you making that happen, but at the same time, you got a straight face the whole time. So where does your true happiness come from when, with this movement and when you out there like that?
Man, I be happy, bro. I be happy out there. You know what I mean? When I'm in the community, I definitely always have a certain level of poise. But, anybody that been out in the hood with me and do our hood to hood programs, man, we have fun. Like, we be out every single week. We be deep going to these different hoods. Well, I done been in every hood in the city of Detroit. May not been on your block, but I've been in your hood. You feel me? I've been around the corner. I done been somewhere around there. And we run our programs, through all of these different communities. So we got the DJ in the back of the U-Haul. So we slapping up the street. You know, we passing out resources. We got food. The past few years, we'll fill up a U-Haul full of water guns and, you know, water toys. We pass them out to the kids. We hooping. You know, I get my joy in that. You know what I mean? It is a lot of times, especially when I'm dealing with serious stuff. You know what I mean? When I'm talking about these kids and the murders of babies and the women being murdered, snatched up, and raped, and you know, we not getting our respect in the community in a way that, you know, politics and, you know, there's a lot of stuff to not smile about. But doing this work, I get my happiness from it. You know, I get my love from every day-to-day people. You know what I mean? I tell people all the time, like, I get real life likes. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people don't know what that is or what it feel like. You feel me? But you know, when I step out, I go to a gas station or a liquor store, or I'm out to eat or whatever the case may be, you know, we always get love from people in the community. Like, oh, man, I appreciate y'all. Y'all did this for my folk. Or, you know, I love what y'all did with this. And, you know, oh, we support, we sent a little bit over. And, you know, just keep going, brother. You know, the love that we get from the babies when we be inside these schools, you feel me? They treat us, we get rapper treatment in the schools. You feel me? Like, the kids, man, they love us and they respect, you know, the way that we move and how we hold it down for them, you know, and how we so relatable. You feel me? Like, it, and that's another reason I wanted to do this. It's like, ain't nothing square about this, bro. I'm from Detroit, man. I represent for us. You know, I go to all of these different cities and I'm Detroit, you feel me? I always got a D hat on, you feel me? I always move in a certain type of way. You know, I had the sticks on before I started doing the black owns. And that's another thing, supporting our own people.
So where you get them
these
from?
Justin Lamone's. Great company, man. They make great quality. The frames is quality. The sticks is quality. And I always tell people, I feel like people from Detroit, you know, we fall in love not so much with the name Cardi, but the style, like the frameless style.
Yeah.
And, you know, for them to kind of duplicate a similar vibe, you know, and it's black owned, I support that. I sold mine immediately. And I jumped.
I've been looking at them like, damn, them ain't.
No, but people always think so.
You feel me?
Yeah, people always think, no, I live this black, bro. My glass is black owned, my watch Tally and Twine, you feel me? You know, I get majority of all my clothes from black owned, you know, clothing stores. And, you know, I got an 80-20 rule where I like to spend 80% of my dollars every single day with my people. And the 20 is what it is. I'm gotta go to the gas station. I'm gonna go, you know, to certain places. I might go to, you know, somewhere out to the movie or whatever. But, you know, we gotta really live it. It gotta be a lifestyle. It can't just be okay, today we're gonna support black businesses. That we gonna support black businesses every day, and we gonna make it a lifestyle, and we gonna put our people on. It's just so much to life, man. It's so much to life, and then now we live in the technology age to where it's so many. It ain't never been this many ways to get money. It ain't never been as many ways to, you know, many different lifestyles in which you can be involved in legally. You feel me? It used to feel like we couldn't do shit but go to a plant or a hustle, but now the hustles are so legit to where, you know, man, it's endless, and we just want to free up time. I be telling my brothers and my sisters that, man, the goal should always be for us to put ourselves in a position that we not trading time for money, and you know, be able to free up time. We gonna always hustle, we gonna always grind, but you know, don't take for granted those times that you spend with your kids. You know, when you first have babies at a young age, you know, spend those first, you know, 3 to 4 years is important. You know what I mean? Like, you spending time with our kids and just in every age, you know, and family too, bro, and being able to see the world. Make sure that you putting travel dates in your schedule. You know what I mean? Don't just get sucked into, you know, the normalcy of life, because that's what's sold. That's what's always been sold. That's the first thing that when we go to school to get a job. That's it. If you'll be a damn lie you told me that your people ain't tell you that. Go to school, man. Go to school to get a job. And that was it.
Well, you know, I watched, you know, all my life, all I seen was my granddad work, you feel me? Then he retired. But he also had other he was doing, you feel me? But he was working. Yeah. And I was looking like, man, growing up, like, man, if I would have started working back then, I feel like I'd be done with working. You feel me? I'm 37 now, so I feel like, man, that work. I started working for real, like 3-4 years ago. You feel me?
Right.
So I'm like, damn, I wish I would have did this early in my life. You know what I'm saying? But at this point, we trying to build, man. We not. I'm tired of working. I had to tell my boss. I had to tell him, like, listen. I say, man, I'm a boss, man. For real, I'm a boss. You know what I'm saying? I run my own program. I can respect you, but you gonna have to respect me and know that I come here to do what I'm gonna do. And I'm out of here. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Don't come to me telling me nothing. You know what I'm saying? About nothing. You feel me? Period. So, yeah, man. Yeah, like, I be that motherfucker.
Let me vent real quick.
Yeah.
He said, man, you mind if I smoke?
That job had me, man. So much flashed in my head. I say, oh, man. Yeah, but that job, man, I feel like our people could do much better, man. But during this COVID season, like you said, a lot of people did get on top of that and start coming up with, even... we came up with a brand, it was just our logo, you know what I'm saying? But it was something that we put on. We put on t-shirts, sweatsuits, whatever, hats, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And we got love, but some people love you, some people hate you, man.
That's a part of the play.
That's life.
Yeah, man. It kind of discouraged me. I'm like, you know what, man? I ain't showing us no love, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What do New Era Detroit got towards the future? What's the future plan and like? What's the next level? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So next level, man, is just so we have our own black print, what we call it. So with our black print of community organization, I always tell people that it's thousands upon thousands of black organizations out there, but until we came around, nobody could ever define what organization looks like in black communities. Right, so you would hear all of these black organizations. Oh, I'm out of organization, but what does organization look like in black communities? Organization, organize. That's a big word. It's a powerful word. Organization is one of the most active words, in vocabulary. So to have an organization and to be organized, you got to be consistent. There got to be a level of power and effectiveness behind that. And we have to be able to see it. You have to have something to show for that. And, if our community is getting worse, you know what I mean? Like, and it's no code, then, we can't say that we organizing, man, and we, putting ourselves in a position to win. So for us, we just want to put ourselves in a position to win, grow our programs. We got plenty of national safety initiatives that we coming out. We got a lot of stuff that I really can't talk about right now, but we coming out with a huge safety app that's gonna change the game when it comes to the safety of women and kids. So we working on that. We also are really heavily working on conflict resolution, so that's big with us now. And building resolution centers, not the first of its kind will be built here in the city of Detroit, and we want to be able to place them all around the country too as well, because the basis of everything that goes wrong for the most part in our community is because of poor conflict resolution skills. The ability to not be able to resolve conflicts is one of the key factors in deaths. One of the key factors to us not being able to grow, as a people, in all ages, from kids in schools to adults. We have to be able to resolve conflict better in order to grow as people. And I feel like everything that we do fall up under that. So we working on an actual conflict resolution center, as well as perfecting the program, and just making sure that we are implementing a consistent code for organizing in our community. So day to day, like, we big on making sure that before I came here, I done had 3 or 4 conference calls, from talking to people here in Detroit about our programs and chapters, in different cities. But we talking every day. we working every day. You know, programs are being run weekly, and we all mirror them off of each other. And for us is to be able to provide a platform to truly define what organization look like in black communities worldwide, not only here
right.
in the States, but you know, before COVID, and we still are working with brothers and sisters in Nigeria, and also in the UK. In the UK, I was on my way to fly out to the UK that year to build a chapter out there too as well. So people look at what we do, and people who have the heart to organize and want for our people, they look at it and they want to be involved and they want to figure out how how they can implement some of the things that we're doing in the communities that they living in. So just be a catalyst in that, be able to get to a level to where we able to affect change politically, as well, utilizing our powers to affect and change some of these laws. We have to be able to organize that power too, as well, especially when we talk about the criminal justice system and the family of the court.
Right, for sure.
It's a lot of things that need to be adjusted. You know what I mean? Systematically in our communities, but being able to affect that change, is power in people. I tell people all the time, I take 100 people, a million people over $1 million every single day. You feel me? Because there's more power in the people than it ever could be in that $1 million worth of currency. So, it's just getting the people in our community to understand power, how to utilize it, and how to organize that power.
And that's what's up. Yeah, that with that FOC. Man, that tears up a lot of families, bro.
Yeah. We had a huge conversation about that at our last brother bill when we was building, and that's something too, man. We working on different ways to build with brothers, man. Like, so I've always been a big critic, and people that see me every year after year get on brothers, where y'all ass at? Yada yada, blase. So I come high energy because I feel like we do have accountability, but. This year and in the next couple of years, I really want to just put us in a space so we can talk about some of the things that we deal with and some of the issues, what's holding us back from getting involved, and what are some of the things that we deal with in our day-to-day lives, that black men deal with, man. We the most attacked body of people next to the black woman, but, the black man still, we get it and we get it hard, so, and have been. For years and years to come. I mean, in the past. So, putting ourselves in a position, I just want to have a better understanding why I can get in the front of the camera and say that I shot up an 81-year-old woman house and put over 100 bullets in that. All the G's, everybody, and nobody come out.
Yeah, that's terrible.
But the people that rock with us, you feel me? I want to know why. What's holding us back? Like, what's not going... If that don't make you mad, if a kid, senseless, a kid being shot in a drive-by don't make you mad, you know what I mean? Little baby riding in the car, getting shot on his way to a party don't make you mad. Like, I want to know. So, I'm not going off. You feel me? Like, I don't want to... Because people may look at me like, damn, he got an aggressive approach. But I be mad as... You feel me?
Yeah,
I be mad.
Yeah, I feel you.
This real life for me.
And if you don't get mad, then there's something wrong with you.
It is. There's something wrong with you. So I don't apologize, for my aggression, but I do want to try a different approach and just asking my brothers, like, what the fuck is it that's holding us back? Like, let's have a honest conversation about that. But, I don't know. I may have got sidetracked on that. But I know we was talking about the family.
We were talking about
the court system.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, we got problems, man. It's that's been utilized to once that has been put into place, it's destroying more black families than anybody. Anything or any entity that has destroyed more black families. The government way of running, our families just has always been to put us at a disparity and take the man out of the household. So it's always this system. you know, whether black women understand it or not, has always been the you know, designed to do that. And I feel like we just need to work on better ways. And I'm not saying that to take away accountability. Like, should be taking care of their kids flat. You know what I mean? If you're not taking care of your kid, you a sucker. But those fathers that's out there that's you know, wanting to take care of their kids, trying to take care of their kids, and is being denied by the court. Like, who the fuck is you? This is this baby came out of my. You feel me? So, you know, I feel like there's not enough that goes, you know, not enough energy behind that, and you know, the number one reason because it happens to predominantly black men. So society can give a less, you know, about that issue. But brothers, that's another thing that we should be coming together and organizing that. That goes hand in hand with weed dispensaries to me. This has been the strangest shit. It's just like, if we can't organize off of, I know that we can sit in a room full of brothers and they gonna have an issue with the family. Yeah, FOC. And I know that we can be in a room full of brothers and, you know, they done either, you know, been involved with selling weed or, you know, or got something on their record for smoking weed or in possession or whatever. And it's just like, they making that legal, and, you know, they continue to do what they do at the FOC. So, you know, once again, I don't know what's gonna move brothers. I haven't figured that out yet. It's just like, if it be simple stuff to where, like, if that don't move, you don't want to do more, man, and get involved and put your foot down. I don't know, but it's that docile culture and just people so caught up in other stuff. You know, in the big picture is really wounding us, and it's gonna continue to wound the next generation.
Yeah, we gonna try to wake them up though. That's why I say again, we got you on the platform so we can wake their ass up. You know, we got some ignorant people that watch us. You know what I'm saying? That don't know better. You feel me? Yeah. And hopefully we catch a few people that open their eyes up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, we trying to build though. You feel me? It's just like, and I say all this because we trying to build with our brothers. You know what I mean? It's not, I don't say this to attack our brothers, but I just really, you know, I believe in us to the point to where I know that we can do it if we organize, come together, unify, and get our shit together. I know we can do it. That's what irritates me so much, because I believe in us and I know we can do it, and we have the ability and the power to do so. We just gotta tap in with that, like we tap in with everything else. And we gonna be able to see the change that we want to see in our communities and gain the power that we need and deserve, you know, from the infrastructure, you know, in dealing with our community.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So Crack, how you feel about this, bro?
Man, this is magnificent. Go ahead.
You toned in real heavy, man.
Yeah, man, it's magnificent, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a learning process, but at the same time, I'm getting the edge of the front lines right here. A lot of people, man, do what he do at home. You know what I'm saying? They on the internet with all the shit he talking about, but he actually out in the grease, and that's the difference. You know, you can't do nothing but respect that. Bro.
That's another reason why I say he fit for this, because he be in the trenches for real. You feel me? Yeah. I see him in the streets more than I see these rapping on songs talking about what they doing, you feel me? In dangerous neighborhoods though, you feel me? Ain't no sunshine and people dancing around, you know what I'm saying? It's dangerous around here, man. I'm like that, cuz putting his life on the line for real, for the people, man. And if people understand that, man, you know, it'll get better, man.
It's a process, man.
Yeah.
We still waiting.
Now, I do got a final question for you. We did talk about a lot of bad, because it's a lot of bad out there. It's a lot of bad to be fighting against, which makes you, in my opinion, good. So what improvements or results have you seen, with your own eyes since you started the movements? What's good that's kind of came out of it that you could tell the people about?
So I always say, culture-wise, in the city of Detroit, we don't deal with a lot of things now. Especially the first thing that I feel culture has changed when we talk about the gas stations and liquor stores. I believe us coming out and shutting down so many of them originally, played a huge role in the way that, a lot of them move now. And it's not perfect. You're going to still get gas station incidents and liquor store incidents, but it was a huge culture when we first started. And we really open people's eyes up here in the city of Detroit to, have an understanding of the respect that we, deserve when it comes to our establishment. And if we didn't do that for everyday regular people, the people that running these businesses, they got it enough to say, okay, well, I'm not going to let that affect my money, so I got to watch how I treat, people in this community, in this neighborhood. And also just, the culture politically too. People don't really understand that we've been able to affect and change. The pressure that we put on the establishment and demanding respect in certain things in our community, the respect that we demand from, downtown and City Hall and within DPD too as well. It's a certain level of respect that they have for us and the culture and how they treat our people, because they don't want to hear from us. Nobody want to hear from us when it comes to not being able to do our people in the right format. So a level of accountability, that's in place right now that people don't understand that we have here in Detroit that a lot of other cities don't have, because of the work that we do, and the kids that we see who have an understanding of so much of the stuff that I talk about now when we go to these classrooms. The kids that we've been able to mentor and put on to so many different things, a different visual, the way that we come down the streets and come down the block. People say from all ages, I've never seen nothing like this, come down my hood. The kids, you should see them, they be in complete bliss. They just can't understand what the hell is happening. When they see all of these brothers and sisters come down and we got a U-Haul full of groceries and, a U-Haul with a whole DJ in the back, and, we passing out toys, but we organizing, so we passing out resources, we getting people involved, the community engagement, that culture, we've been able to help and change. And also, just defining what organization look like once again in our community. Before then, we'll see a bunch of organizations, we'll hear about them, but it'll be on a reactionary front. Most of the time that you hear about some of these organizations after something happened, like after a kid gets shot or after something happened, you will hear about somebody or see about somebody. And it's just the proactive approach of our organization and being able to be in people's face year round, and not just after something happened or, when the news cameras are around and things of that nature. So I feel like more people will understand later. Like, I'm one of them brothers that people gonna look at, 10, 20 years from now and be like, dang, New Era Detroit, they really did, they really did their thing in this era. I almost feel like people in Detroit kind of, spoiled at some time, because it's just like what they expect from us, and when things happen, it's just, I feel like that people will really have a true understanding and appreciation for us once they, our whole story get out and all the things that we've been able to do and accomplish. I'm working on a book right now. We pushing our 10-year anniversary, so we looking at a documentary too, because I believe if people really seeing this, and that's another thing, like, we've been able to record our whole entire journey. So we got trigs on top of trigs of footage. Every shutdown, every program, everything we've ever done is all documented. So it's gonna really be dope when people actually get a real understanding, because I don't get the opportunity to come on a lot of podcasts, and because I don't know what people think. Like, the people that's too square think that I'm too rough, and the people that too rough, they think like, well, I don't know what, you know what I mean? They think I'm too square. Like, oh, he not gonna come, he ain't gonna be able to, be fun or be relatable. And I'm from the culture. I'm gonna tell you exactly what it is, and we can talk about, the Pistons and the rest of that too, and what music we listen, all that too. But for us, it's just the thing I like about myself and I appreciate about me is that I never have to sugarcoat myself. The way that I am right now talking to y'all, I'm gonna talk like this in the boardroom, I'm gonna talk like this in the streets. I get a lot of flack from the the people in the community, because I cuss a lot. So when I be out in the community, oh, why you cuss so much? And, because I'm on East 7 Mile shit.
Right.
This is what they understand. Like,
Right.
I'm talking to my people. I'm not, in the bourgeoisie state, we talking the language of the culture, and, and I say what's on my mind, and I never hold back stuff, but I'm who I am. Like, this is the same person, all the time, and I appreciate that about me. And being able to even be out here, man. So, that's something I always stand on, man. I ain't never sold out. I ain't never folded, and I ain't never quit on my people. I started this organization August 17th, 2014, and I've been working ever since in the hoods and hoods all across the country. I got a family. I gotta be able to eat. I gotta grind. I got businesses. I have that go on inside of my life, but I never stopped working, for the people, and I never made excuse for it, you feel me? And I feel like, anybody who's standing on that type of shit, that's real for me, man. Like, being able to do something for other people that's bigger than yourself, and not want nothing back from it. Like, there's nothing nobody could ever do to repay me for all the work that I put in this community. It doesn't have a price tag on it. Ain't nobody got enough money for all the energy, love, time, and passion that I put out here in the street. So, for me, it's just being able to understand what we doing and building a legacy, and passing down something that'll be able to, withstand the test of time. And that's what I'm on. That's what our movement on. I always like to shout out to my whole team, bro, because it ain't never a Zeke thing. Right. It's people that don't even know my name but know New Era. Like, oh yeah, most people, right. New Era. You feel me? Because like, it ain't Zeke. It's like a New Era, and I appreciate that, man, because it's about the movement. It's about the work. It ain't about me. You feel me? I ain't no singular name person. This ain't no singular job. You feel me? It's the team. I got a fantastic team of people all across the country that handle their mother business and in the right way, and we building from that. It's a process. But we trusting in it, and we are definitely making strides and being effective. But it's just a process.
Hey, bro, he just answered like 3 questions that I was gonna ask, and you feel me? All at once. I'm sitting here like, damn, I ain't even gotta ask that. I ain't gotta ask that either. You feel me?
I'm gonna say this because I got one, man. On the last episode, we had a local superstar, Danny Always Win, and he spoke highly of him.
Yeah,
and then I see you on the video. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
and I see you on the video, man, doing your thing, showing love with Vezo, you know what I'm saying? So with that being said, man, is any of these athletes or other rappers or these stars kind of reaching into the movement for you? Are they reaching out? Do they see what you're doing?
Few, bro. I'm keep it funky, you know what I mean? Few. Very few, I got a great connection with very few great people, bro. But they great people, the connection. I always feel like, it could be more, you know what I mean? I definitely feel like that. When you got big, like, mega rappers come back to the city of Detroit and be more interested to work with, like, Dan Gilbert and, build with the establishment and not, look to build relationships with, people who really be in the trenches, man. So, for the people who mess with us, I just appreciate it. You know what I mean? I just appreciate anybody who reach out. For real, bro. That be meaning a lot. But, some of these rappers, bro, they know exactly who he is. They don't show no love. Ain't never tried to, build no relationship. And I don't look for all of that, but, I just appreciate the people that do. So I don't really pay too much attention to who don't, but, it's always dope because, like I said, we be in everybody's hood, you feel me? So, and seeing that and building, it's always dope when, other rappers are able to tap into that, and big shout out to, the homie Trick. That's somebody who with us from, the jump, you know what I mean? And he's, always had open arms for us, man, and just always been a real dope influence, in the movement. I have a great relationship with Big Hurt. That's my G. You know, and really with the OG rappers, man. You know what I mean? Shout out to Vez, man. Vez, I've been rocking with Vez. He, since before he went in and did his time, and I want to make sure that in those tough times, man, that we supported. We showed the establishment, like, this brother, he got a connection to the people. He got a good heart, man. You feel me? I ain't gonna lie. Vez got a real good heart, bro, and he really care about his people. So it's easy for us to build. You know what I mean? Some people don't really give a fuck about the people or the streets for real, man. And we have no connection, but the people that do and really know and really connected in with what's going on this side, man. They reach out, and I appreciate them for it. So I'm hoping that other rappers and artists who don't know, will see this and, tap into that too as well. So
I got one for you, one more, man. So what hold the most weight? Fear, love, or loyalty? Today is how we live today. You know what I'm saying?
I think love hold the most weight. And the reason that I say love hold the most weight, and I'm not saying that it's in a great way. Love hold the most weight because I feel like everybody looking and trying to get love. You feel me? I feel like love is trying to get love, and not the real love. When I say love, I just equate it to, the like process, the views, the the attention. That hold the most weight. They don't give a fuck about how loyal you are. They don't give a fuck about how much of a respected individual you are. It's just that the love and the likes. And that's really why, in this time, in this era, everything's so up because everybody looking for love in all the wrong places, and all the wrong type of love and energy is taking over and dominating. People love to, the first thing a lot of people do is wake up and they going right on the gram. You feel me? Brush his teeth or nothing. You know what I mean? You ain't even took your morning or nothing, cause you jump right on the gram, and it's just because that you love. You are infatuated with the love that you get from people that you don't even know, people that don't give a fuck about you, and because we in a culture that's built on that right now, respect don't hold as much weight as it should.
Right.
Loyalty, which is the most important thing, which should hold, most of the weight, don't get the respect that it should. And real love, true love, don't get the respect that it should because, you got all this fake love and fake energy and simulated, on these phones. So I feel like in this era, the unfortunate thing, I feel like the fake love holds the most weight because everybody chasing it. Everybody want to get all the views. You want to be the person with the most views. You want to be the person with the most likes, and that's artificial, and that's running the world right now. So, why would you care about respect or loyalty when that's head of what's being pushed on?
Yeah, I think that's the best answer that we got from anybody we asked that to.
That was nice. You always get a different answer.
Every time, you feel me?
That was nice.
Yeah, man.
Respect.
It was the realest one, you feel me? I mean, it's the truth, you know what I'm saying? Everybody searching for love in the wrong places.
Yeah, it's just like...
Ain't nobody got no respect or loyalty, towards the next man or woman, you feel me? Not even the kids, you feel me?
Those things are out the window because you just want to be, people want to be the coolest. Everybody want to be the coolest. Everybody want to have the biggest bag, you feel me? Everybody want to have, the most influence. So, it's just, that's like a cloud, blocking the sun, which is loyalty and respect.
So I want to ask you, is it any way like we could sponsor, the movement, like run a little, like a reminder or something? Let these motherfuckers, we gonna keep it in their face, you feel me?
Yeah,
at all times, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we can always build, bro. I feel like it's a lot of stuff that we'll be able to do.
Yeah,
in the future, man. 110%. You know, like I said, I just appreciate y'all for having me, man.
Oh yeah, man, I appreciate you.
I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, dog. The first interview I get on CNN on the Breakfast Club, you can tell the rest of these that do podcasts that kick rocks. I'm not with none of you. I'm coming right back to cousin, and we're gonna be in the basement.
Right.
You feel me? Like, yeah, man. I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that.
I just feel like you fit it, man. You fit the whole platform. You know what I'm saying? It ain't just for rappers. It's for people.
The culture.
Yeah, you know, people, black businesses. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All that. You know, got to be no rapper to come up here. It could be a lady. You know, she do hair, she do nails, or you know, anything. You know what I'm saying? As long as a black person trying to prosper in life, I feel like we right here for them. You know, to push it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, that's.
But I for sure appreciate you, cause you know you ain't had to come over here. You know what I mean?
Man, you know, shoot, man. I pull up. You feel me?
Yeah.
That ain't nothing, man. Like.
Yeah, the pull-up game was on point, man.
Yeah,
I was telling you, like, I'm outside. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, man, I'm familiar with the area, bro.
Yeah, because I have seen you in this area, and it might have been on the news, you know what I'm saying? Something happened, and I was like, damn, that's right around the corner, you feel me?
Yeah.
So, yeah, you definitely be in the trenches for sure.
Yeah, no, that's love, bro. Respect.
All right, well, yeah, we about to end the show, you know what I'm saying? That's our time for the night, you know what I'm saying? Thanks for our guest for showing through, you know, popping up like he did, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully we taught y'all something tonight. Put something on that brain, you feel me?
Yeah, man, I appreciate y'all brothers for having me out. You already know what it is, Zeke, with the movement. If it ain't moving, it ain't no movement. And you already know if we moving, we gonna be in the trenches with it. So, all power to the people, you feel me?
I'm a BREAD, BROVAZ. If you wanna see me, then I be in the D. Or should I say 3 or 3?